Hello commanders, welcome back, welcome to a new series where we will be playing new and interesting games in order to find out if they worth our time and money. We will start with Skyshine Bedlam, an interesting roguelike adventure with elements of tactical gameplay. We could say that Bedlam has a lot of similarities with games like Faster Than Light and the Banner Saga, although it tries to do things its own way. So let's not waste any more time, let's start a new run and find out how good is Bedlam in 20 minutes more or less. When you first start the game you have to choose your Dozer, your vehicle, and at the beginning there is only one option, the Bone Shaker, which belongs to the human race. As you play the game and finish it or complete certain tasks, you get to unlock more Dozers. There are 5 races and each one has its own Dozer, so the Bone Shaker is for the humans, the Gargadox is for the mutants, the Combustor for the marauders, the Detrigor for cyborgs, and the Imperatron for rogue AI. Each race has its own characteristics and its own details, so if we choose the Bone Shaker, it's not like we have any other option. We can see that the resources it consumes, it's pretty much balanced. There are 3 resources in the game that you have to take care of: crude, which is basically oil, meat, which is actually food, and power cells, which works like power or currency, and health, the health of your crew. We can see that other vehicles, the other Dozers, have different stats. They give you different benefits when you start the game with them, but these will have to wait until you unlock them. So let's go ahead and let's start the game with
the
normal
Bone Shaker.
Bone Shaker. And this is the map of the game. Our goal is to start from Bizading, the mega city of Bizading, and reach the Aztec city, which is our salvation. In order to do this, we will have to travel through Bedlam, which is this wasteland. There are different sectors in Bedlam, there are different ways we can take, and this is what reminds me a lot of Faster Than Light. We can choose the way we can take. If we hover over these 4 starting choices, we will see how much oil, how much meat we are going to lose, and of course how many days it will take us to travel there. The more you travel, the more resources you consume, and you don't want to run out of resources because it's pretty much game over. As I've said, there are 5 factions, 5 races. We are the humans, and there are rogue AI, cyborgs, mutants, and marauders. They have also their own characteristics, and rogue AI is a bit more difficult, the others are quite manageable, and mutants are easy but a bit tricky. They have certain traits. For example, mutant starts with low health, but the longer they stay in a fight they gain health, while cyborgs are the opposite. They start with high health, but the more they stay in a battle they lose health. Marauders are pretty much like humans. They are easy enemies, you can take them on. Rogue AI are difficult, you should avoid them if you are new to the game, because they have a nice teleport ability and they can appear right in front of you, destroy you really fast. I'm gonna go for the mutants because they are kind of easy. Let's go there. It will take us 35 oil and 24 meat. Let's start the journey. And this is a little cutscene every time you travel through Bedlam. The massive Dozer cautiously navigates through the congested streets of Byzantine. While it draws some attention from the pedestrian stream, most of the civilian throng is too distracted by ubiquitous hovered assignments, Vogue band broadcasts, and quantum cranial devices. With a resounding clamor, the reinforced gates slowly part and the great machine forges ahead into the unpredictable land of Bedlam. And this is how we start. We have chosen this sector, so let's go ahead. Before we go, we can take a look on our Dozer. We can upgrade it. Every upgrade will consume power cells, and we don't want to be out of power cells because we can use them later in combat as well. I'm gonna reduce the crude consumption and the meat consumption, and let's go like this. We don't have much. It's not hard to reach Aztec City, it's quite easy actually. It will be you will have to try to run out of crude and meat. Of course, on your first run, you will probably run out and die. Shortly after leaving Byzantine, the Dozer approaches a large obstruction of scrap metal in the road. The crew disembarks to inspect the debris, only to be suddenly surrounded by a group of hostile mutants. And here comes our first combat. In general, the game works like this. You move through Bedlam and there are different situations, there are different events happening. Some are good, some are bad, some will initiate a combat phase, and we have to fight these orc-like mutants. So here is our crew. We get to choose which one of our crew we want to send in combat, in battle. I'm not gonna change them, I'm gonna take them as they are at the moment. If we add more, we will get less rewards, so it's better to go with as less as possible. A very interesting aspect of the game is that if you click on each one of your crews, you can see, of course, each class, what class is, but there is also a background, they have a name. We can change the name if we want over here, but it is very interesting that every crew has its own backstory and its own past. It's really hard to find new crew in Bedlam. It's, I will say, pretty impossible. In my best run, I think I found 3, maximum 3, 4 new crew members, so you don't want to lose them. Unfortunately, it's quite easy to lose them. The game is hard, the combat is hard. Although navigating through Bedlam is not that hard, the combat itself is hard. Let's talk about the classes. Deadeyes, they are like snipers. They have limited movement, very low health, but their damage is quite good and their edge is good since they are snipers. Frontliners, these are more like a tank. They are melee units that you want to send up ahead in order to keep your enemies distracted. Gunslickers, they wield 2 weapons, 2 revolvers, and they are quite good. They can deal enough damage, but they have to get closer to your enemies. And here are the trenchers, which is actually a troop with a shotgun. You have to get close to your enemies in order to deal damage. So let's go with this formation and take a look on combat. This is how combat is. You get into an instance with some enemies and you have to survive or be killed. You have 2 moves, 2 actions every turn. You get to choose how to spend these actions. You can move one person close to your enemy and try to shoot with him, or you can move one person somewhere and the other person somewhere else. It's nice to make your troops get cover, go behind cover. As you have seen, the Deadeye, which is the sniper of the enemies, pretty much almost killed my troop, my trencher. I'm going to kill the Deadeye, but I'm gonna lose my trencher next turn. Okay, we didn't lose him, that's good, let's pull him back. There are also resources that it would be nice to take with your troops. Okay, we have lost him. Let's try to kill that trencher with our snipers. Snipers are really good, but they only have 2 health. They deal massive amount of damage, but you have to take care of them. It's very easy for the enemy to kill them. Can I reach him? No. Well, we will have to send our melee unit and try to kill that mutant. Melee units do have a lot of health, but they don't do a lot of damage. Maybe we can kill him with our sniper. No, we can't. So let's force him to move that way. Nope. I'm gonna take cover. Retreat. I don't want to lose him. And a blitz gives the enemy three moves instead of 2, and it's pretty painful. Let's get closer with who? He has a shield, we're gonna lose our troop. Only 1 damage because of the shield. We're gonna kill him right now with our sniper. Now we have to get closer. This is the problem with combat. Although it is nice and interesting, it's very easy to lose your troops, and you have to be at a certain range, at a certain distance. So when we were here, we couldn't hit the enemy troop, the enemy unit, but we had to move right here, which is pretty much the same distance. Let's kill it. Troops do get upgrades, they level up. After 3 kills, every troop becomes a veteran, and after 4 kills, when they are a veteran, they level up and they gain more offense and more health. But unfortunately, it's quite easy to lose troops, as you have seen. So, whenever you are in a sector, there are a number of different places appearing, and you can go and check them. That one over there. As the crew explores the area, their attention is drawn by the nearby sounds of voices and lilting music. Following the sounds, they crest a hill and discover a structure in the ravine beyond. It looks like some kind of gargantuan mutated guard that also appears to be doubling as a place of business. A sign on a plate of scrap metal outside reads Madame Grunka's pleasure pod. There are several human patrons milling about the area, while a group of mutants are mining formidable fusion turrets to dissuade any unwanted behavior. So we get to choose if we want to approach the establishment or leave. Let's approach. As the crew approaches the entrance, a barely armed mutant blocks passage. You morts be won the pleasure, hug and fair entry. Yeah, whatever. We can offer something. Let's offer some meat. That will be good enough. Enjoy the pleasure, mortals. The crew enters a large area with a series of chambers along the outer wall, each with organic curtains that allow entry and exit for patrons. In the center of the room is a green stab with numerous holes on its surface. A female mutant attendant approaches. Greets to you, morts. Be poking an arm into the slug wood to be feeling the sweet sting of bliss. Let's reach into the stump. As each of the crew places an arm into the stump, they are jabbed by something within. Moments later, their heads begin swimming with lustful sensations. An attendant leads each of them to an outer chamber. The crew's consciousness fades into a haze of ecstasy. Details beyond that are fuzzy. Sometime later, the crew awakens feeling completely rejuvenated, while vague memories of euphoric encounters with strange life forms dance through their heads. The crew returns to the Dozer, accelerated from the bizarre experience. And here is the outcome of the events. We've lost 25 meat, that was the initial offer, nothing else happened, but our crew is happy, so that's a good thing. Something else about the Dozer is that it can be equipped with weapons that we can use during combat, and they do help a lot, especially when you are fighting bosses, and also there are other things that we can equip, and they are working pretty much like buff. We can heal our troops, we can put a shield on them like the enemies had before, and this will give them the option to survive many encounters. Let's check one more. As the crew is exploring the strange environment, their attention is drawn by the sounds of some type of animals. In a nearby area, the crew discovers a mutant encampment filled with gross, small plump creatures that the mutants of Bedlam raise for livestock. Let's attack them and do one more battle. Now, as you can see, these two survived the previous battle. This one is injured, so he has to heal. Let's take him out. We can take him in battle, but he will die very easily. Let's go with the sniper. I like trenchers, they are good. Let's take 2 and gunslinger. So let's go like this. So not a lot of enemies. Let's place our troops a bit better this time and try to keep them alive. Although combat looks a lot like the Banner Saga, you don't have the option to play all of your troops, all of your crew at one turn. You have to choose one crew or two if you want to move them. So let's kill this frontliner. And because our sniper got his third kill, he can now deal more damage and has more health. If things going bad, we can retreat anytime we want. And here are the weapons. If we had enough power cells, we could use this weapon. And here are the equalizers, which are actually buff. I don't think we're gonna need them. Let's kill them as well. Let's try to take some meat. Okay, we can kill him, but before I'm not gonna make it. Oh well, let's grab this one. Let's see what happens. This happens. Sometimes there are traps when you try to pick up resources, so you have to be careful. But of course it was obvious that it was a trap, so let's kill that guy and finish it. And let's continue, but before let's upgrade our Dozer. I'm gonna increase the crude efficiency and the meat consumption. This will help us last longer on the wasteland Bedlam. As the Dozer travels along the road, your sensors detect movement nearby as the vehicle navigates beneath some monstrous vegetation overhanging the road. Moments later, you can hear the sound of rapidly corroding metal, followed by screams and weapon fire inside the Dozer. Mutants are using acidic bile bombs against the exterior and melting their way inside. Another battle with mutants, and this time it will be inside the Dozer. Defend the Dozer at all costs, allowing it to be overrun by the enemy will mean the death of all passengers aboard and the end of your journey. I forgot to mention that we are carrying passengers. We are trying to take them to the Aztec city, so it will be nice not to get them killed, but we could use them also as a resource. Sometimes we will find traders that they want to give us crude or meat or power cells, and if we don't have enough of these resources to do a trade, we could give them some of our passengers, like slaves. The powerful Dozer weapons are unavailable inside the vehicle, so be sure to deploy sufficient crew to repel all inventors. Let's put this one out and grab another melee. And let's go. We have this one is a veteran, Dozer. He has 5 kills. In 2 more kills he will gain a level. So let's go. Thankfully it's too early in the game and we don't have many enemies to deal with. Let's grab oil.
Crude.
And place our sniper a bit back. Another thing is cover. We have mentioned it before. We can place our troops next to cover, and enemies have a serious chance of missing their target. I don't have any move yet. I'm gonna take the sniper a bit back. There you go. He missed his first shot. Let's kill him with a sniper, can we? He has 4. Okay, we can do 4 damage. Let's kill him. And he's dead. You can see that mutants are gaining health with every turn that is passing. Let's kill the enemy sniper. And he leveled up. Okay, it was 1 level, I was mistaken. 1 kill. An enemy trencher, I don't want him to stay there. I do 8 damage now with Dozer, our sniper. He has 6 health. So let's finish this battle. Oh, but that was a miss because he was in cover. We can attack him twice now with our troop, with our crew member, because we haven't moved him, and this will be the end for this battle. The animations are nice. I do like the art of the game. I do like the way it looks, and we got some resources. This is pretty much Bedlam in a nutshell. I'm gonna go here and show you an elite fight. Also, the longer you stay in Bedlam, the harder the enemies become, the more alerted to your presence. And you can see this down here where it says low, guarded, elevated, severe Bedlam. More difficult enemies will come at your way and you will have to defeat them in order to proceed. Let's take a look on our crew. We have some injured crew members, so let's go and before we go here, we can see that this is an elite unit. There is an elite unit over there. We have to defeat it. It's difficult to defeat it, but we have to defeat it, and when we defeat it, we can get him on our crew. So let's get in there and see what will happen. King Viscera said, use Dozers will be a challenge. Ha, Crowbar Main is gonna pound you puny banoobs with the Man Master. Time to make paste. Whatever. Let's bring some more. And let's see what happens now. Do we have enough power cells to use a weapon? No, we don't. But we do have enough to use a buff. Okay, so we want to kill him as fast as possible. We can do 8 damage with our sniper. That will be nice. Let's grab some power cells and get in cover. That didn't help much. Yep, didn't help at all. He has 5 health, so can we kill him? No, we can't. Let's pull back a bit. He's over there. Here he comes. Okay, let's kill him with our sniper. I leave only the elite, and we missed. This is cover for you.
Crude.
Yes. Let's risk. Okay, it's our troop is dead, but we will kill the elite unit and take it with us. So that was a nice trade. We're going to sniper. Okay, we've lost 3 crew members, but we gained an elite unit. So let's just say that it was a nice trade. Whenever you defeat these elite units, they join your ranks, and that's a good thing. In the end, you want to have as many of these elite units as possible. Marker same. King Viscera will pull Crowbar Main's head off his neck, further failure. If you take me in your machine, I'll pulverize any lungs he tells me to. You got Crowbar Main's planes. Crowbar Main has joined the Dozer crew. There he is. They are quite powerful, and you want to have as many as possible of them in order to defeat the final bosses, and they will still be difficult. In general, the strategy you want to follow is to upgrade as much as possible your Dozer, and then start saving power cells to use weapons and buffs during battle. This was Bedlam, Skyshine Bedlam. It is a very interesting title. I really enjoy playing it. It's a hard game. In your first few rounds you will be frustrated probably, unless you are a master of this kind of games, and I will definitely recommend it to you if you are looking for a game that will provide you some challenge. This was Bedlam. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLuv, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.